Is that expectation of, okay, we're together, you're gonna wear a gilly? Hi guys, it's me, Ray, and welcome to another video of mine. Guys, before we get started, I'm gonna need you to do a couple of things. First off, ensure that you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to press that bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling, so you can keep updated of any time I upload a video. Guys, today I am going to be talking about dating, courting an African man. This is not my reality right now, but I'm going to speak on it. Okay, if you want to find out more, then stay tuned. So you might be like me where you live in the UK. It is, again, it's quite late at night. It's not super late, but it's like 10. Hence why the bonnet's on. Hence why the voice is a bit raspy. Hence why I'm in bed. LOL. But yeah, you might be like me. You live in the UK and you're looking around and you're like, where are the men at? Where are the black men at? Y'all hiding? Y'all in jail? Where you at? Or you're just curious to expand your courting, dating pool and just, yeah, so you might be thinking, okay, I'm thinking of dating, courting an African man. I feel like there's things that needs to be highlighted, you know, if you decide to enter that type of territory. Okay, so a bit about me. I'm West African. I'm Nigerian and Ghanaian. If you're into tribes like me, I'm Yoruba and I'm Ga. What Krobo people. My Ghanaian heritage, I just need to be talking to my daddy because I just be so confused sometimes. So I'm West African. So when I tend to speak about Africa, it's from a West African perspective, and it's not just because of where I'm from, but because I have visited five West African nations, and I've even gone as far to study about West Africa. I'm not joking. And in terms of things I'm interested in, it is typically that part of Africa. I can't wait to start visiting other parts of Africa. I do want to do more traveling in the West. God will spare life and I'll be able to do that in the western part of Africa. So my comments are talking about that region. I have to say this as well. Africa is a continent, not a country.
Is a continent, not a country.
And within the continent of Africa, we have several tribes. So there's different things, or you might prefer the term ethnic groups. I'm neither here nor there. Tribes, ethnic group, yada, yada, yada. Potato, patata. So you might find that certain things are more prevalent in a certain tribe than other tribes. But there's some underlining things that it is from Cairo to Cape Town, or I don't know, let's say sub-Saharan Africa down to Cape Town, that you see throughout the continent that I might comment on. So if you're thinking about dating, courting, getting a relationship, marrying an African man, if you're in a relationship with an African man, please leave your comments down below. You have to know that, if we're going to be very general here as well, they like to be the man. So even that type of phrase is like, what is it to be a man? In my opinion, when you look like Jesus, then you're the man. But it is about leadership. They like to lead. So that's something that you have to be aware of. Every African man is different, but if we're going based on generalization, they like to lead. Another one, just through observation, through conversation, every man, them man there, they want you to cook. They want you to cook. I have to say this, I feel like cooking is a life skill. I don't think it's a gender role. That's just me. Hey. So cooking is quite important, you know, to the African man. So bear this in mind. You've got the good ones that if you can't cook, it's not a problem, and there's the ones that are a bit more extreme, that if you cook, it's going to be a big problem. And it's not because they see it as a life skill. It's just they think it's a case where, as a woman, you must cook. just everybody learn how to cook because it's a life skill. And even if you want to, as a woman, take the cooking into your own hands, just know that there might be a time where your man needs to know how to cook. So African men, I'm gonna need you to know how to cook. I remember I must have put on my WhatsApp, I've done it a few times, videos of my dad cooking, and some Africans are just so amazed, and I'm just like, okay, I just don't even see the big deal. I really don't see the big deal. Okay, another thing about if you're considering dating an African man, they like you to look good. They like you to look good. You don't have to wear all this fake hair and all this makeup. You just do you, but look presentable. Look neat. Look neat. Look organized. Um, that's something you need to know as well. There's also, depending on what type of man you get with and where he is in Africa, they will want you to embrace elements of their culture. So that's quite important. This is more prominent in some cultures than more than others. So just through observation, I think what I've just said is quite prevalent in Nigerian cultures. I think regardless of what ethnic group or tribe you're from in Nigeria, there is this expectation for you to embrace being Yoruba, Edo, Hausa, Fula, Nupe, you know what I mean? So there is that expectation of, okay, we're together, you're gonna wear a gele, you're gonna wear a gele, you're gonna eat jollof rice, you're gonna, I don't know, you're gonna wear these African outfits. So there's sometimes is that expectation. I have observed, this is no shade, but I notice to a degree, not all the time, amongst the Ghanaian culture, I think it depends on your tribe. I feel like with the Ashantis, they are quite into their culture and ethnicity, so they would expect you to really embrace the Ashanti culture. I don't know if that's really the case with the Ga community. I think they might be a bit more fluid when it comes to that. But through observation, when I've had conversations with men who are from the Ashanti tribe, and just through observation and listening, they tend to be the ones that are like, we are Ghanaian, we are Ashanti. Do you know what I mean? We are gonna speak Chi in the household. Yeah, let me know your own experience. So another thing is, if you're considering dating African men, this should have been like the number one thing I said, but unfortunately, the continent of Africa, this is an African man in Africa, right? Who may have resided there and come here, whatever. Or what if it's long distance, yeah. Is unfortunately because the infrastructure of the continent isn't the best, meaning that a lot of people are not afforded opportunities so readily as we in the West. So you might find that some people want to love you because of the color of your passport. They wanna love Pali love. Pali is a Nigerian, I think it's like Nigerian slang for like passport. I don't know if it's a Yoruba word, but anyway. So you're talking, they're just gonna be thinking about, she got a passport, she can get me out of the situation I'm in. So you want to bear that in mind, that whoever you get with or whoever you're courting, you're dating, that he is actually interested in you, and he's not just trying to get, I think in America it's a green card or a visa, citizenship, because you hear of stories like that where men will lie and make out like they're single, like they don't have a whole wife and kids back home on the continent, and try to get with you just so they can stay and get a passport. Yeah, and then people end up in sham marriages without even knowing their marriage was a sham, and then just like some bad reality show, it just gets all revealed. So that's one thing that you have to bear in mind. Another thing, if you're considering dating an African man, is you want to do thorough background check. Like, when I mean thorough background check, talk to his friends, talk to his family, talk to his neighbors. even if you just want to pop up somewhere, that's a bit extreme, lol. But if he's part of a church, find the pastor. If he's a Muslim, maybe speak to the imam. If he's into Ifa, speak to the, is it divination leader? I don't know what they call it. Them people there. My savior is Jesus. But speak to people, and even with the family, I say that with a grain of salt, because there can be instances where the family can collide together and lie and cheat and just bamboozle you. So be careful, be really careful. One thing is as well, I should say this, I should have said this earlier, is if you're considering dating an African man, you need to know not all African men are the same. I've already said that. When, this is like anybody, when they're good, sister, they're good. Girl, girl, girl. You know, so don't believe some of these negative stereotypes that are out there about dating an African man from Africa. You hear stories like they can rent out a whole restaurant for you, like buy you a car, buy you bags, emotionally intelligent. Some are not. We're all growing, aren't we? Listening, encouraging. Like I said, this is not necessarily synonymous with African men only. This is with all men. If you find a good one, you find a good one. But I'm just talking on this, and I just want to say this because there is a lot of nonsense out there that suggests that that demographic of men are not loving, they're not affectionate, they're just overbearing, they're dictators and all these horrible things. But there are some amazing girl, amazing African men out there. My eyes seem doubled. I'm like, so I'm gonna go to bed. I was gonna make another point, but I can't remember. So we do Invader. So you're gonna see this video in August, God willing. But yeah, please share your experiences down below, your tips on what to expect, about dating an African man, an African, not like me, African. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully do a video on Christian dating. I don't feel the most qualified, but one of my subscribers suggested I do so look out for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with at least one friend. Have a good day. Ray.